Hey, Eagle fans, I'm Thomas Mott. Welcome into Philadelphia Eagles Now. Before we jump into what is a brutal Monday for all Philadelphia Eagle fans, give me your one-word reaction to the loss down below in the comment section right now. One word to describe how you felt, and even feel today, based on yesterday's loss to the LA Rams. Down below, let me know what it is. Okay, so as you know, normally on a Monday here on Philadelphia Eagles Now, we get into some of the grades first, right? So we'll talk about offense, defense, special teams, but really, while we're still going to do that, we must first start with Carson Wentz and the, I don't want to say brewing quarterback controversy, but let's just go with the struggles that Wentz has had through 2 games so far in the NFL season. Listen, Carson Wentz has had times where he's been brilliant the first 2 games. 17-0 against Washington, fantastic. Really great throw to Dallas Goedert. I made a couple of really good drives, including the scoring drives there in the second half against the LA Rams. The problem is he's missing a ton of easy throws, a ton of throws just over, like airmailing people on third down, and also is throwing really bad interceptions, including the terrible interception he threw to J.J. Whiteside there in the end zone, which completely killed momentum and really lost the game for the Eagles on Sunday. So Wentz has not been playing good. We just have to be 100% honest with ourselves. I'm a massive Carson Wentz fan. I'm a massive Carson Wentz defender. I'm an apologist for Carson Wentz. I think he's going to be okay. I'm not going to panic yet, but I understand today, well, there are a lot of articles and news people saying, well, maybe Carson Wentz, time to bench him in Philadelphia, which is just absolutely ridiculous. Again, is he playing terrible? Yes. Can he get better, though? Yes. Will he get better, though? I think yes as well. But so far, Carson Wentz has been really bad the first 2 weeks, and I think you can put a lot of blame as to why the Eagles have no wins right now on the quarterback, which, of course, right now, obviously, is Carson Wentz. How concerned are you right now with Wentz on a scale of 1 to 10? Based on the play you've seen right now, how concerned are you? I'm at like a 6. You know, listen, I'm not lukewarm to this whole thing. I'm not a 4. I'm not unconcerned, but I'm not a 10. I'm not in panic mode yet, but there are a lot of things we've seen from Carson Wentz, at least this year, that have been very, very bad overall. Give me your scale down below from 1 to 10. The problem with Carson Wentz struggling is that now we have to deal with articles like this one from the Philadelphia Inquirer that says, quote, "It's time to see some of Hurts." And I read the whole article by, which really front page of the Inquirer today, and mentions how, well, listen, you drafted Jalen Hurts in the second round, you played him in 3 snaps this week as a dummy decoy, and now it's time to actually see him get packages and red zone play and run the football. Stop this. Can we stop this whole bench Carson Wentz madness here in week 2? Like, seriously, who actually out there thinks that Jalen Hurts would be making a difference right now in Philadelphia? You want to know what the real problem is in Philadelphia? The real problem is this defense stinks. The Eagles' defense is terrible. Jim Schwartz got obliterated and abused by the Sean Payton play calling. They made Jared Goff look like a superstar yesterday. You think Jalen Hurts is going to waltz in there and just absolutely dominate instead of what Carson Wentz has been doing? You're ridiculous, and it's childish. It's just not going to happen overall. Carson Wentz is the quarterback of the future. He's the quarterback right now. He should remain the quarterback overall. You know whose fault it is, really, that we have a quarterback controversy brewing right now in Philadelphia? It's Howie Roseman in the Eagles front office. This is why you don't take a quarterback in the second round when you have a ton of other needs at linebacker, at wide receiver, and maybe even offensive line based on what we've seen so far in the first 2 weeks of the NFL season. They created this quarterback controversy, even though I don't think that there should be one, and now they got to live with it, especially with the poor play we've seen from Carson Wentz. It's ridiculous, though, to think that you should just go out there and just swap Jalen Hurts in there who's going to save the day. Stop that. I don't want to see those comments down below. I'm curious where you guys are at on this. Before we get to the grades, I need to start, though, with this whole idea of benching Wentz is ridiculous, and it needs to be put to rest right now because Wentz is not going anywhere, and he shouldn't. All right, grade time. Let's start with the offense. Now, again, I'm not defending Wentz's poor play. He's been very, very bad. So the offensive grade here is a D-. They're terrible so far on offense. They had spurts yesterday. Miles Sanders was fantastic. The O-line gave up 0 sacks. I mean, Deshaun Jackson woke up there in the second half. They really had a chance to win this football game late until Carson Wentz threw a pick. They have their spurts. They have their moments, as we saw 17-0 against Washington, but they don't have any sort of consistency, and that's why they're losing these football games. D- for the offense overall. Quit turning the football over and be better on third down. They've been terrible so far this season on third down. Again, offense, terrible, D-. So this is my overall grade for them. Moving on, the real issue in Philadelphia, and this is exactly why we don't need to talk about the quarterback play right now, because the real issue is the defense. 27 unanswered against the Washington football team. The Washington football team in the second, a terrible football team. And then, of course, the Rams offense had, successful on 80% of their drives. Only 2 drives did they not score on. 2 of them were punts. The defense, 449 yards allowed, 258 passing, 161 rushing, and the 1 turnover was a special teams mishap by Cooper Kupp. Other than that, The Eagles' defense has been atrocious. The linebackers are bad. They're getting very little pressure. The run defense is terrible. Fletcher Cox looks very average. Darius Slay is fine, but the rest of the cornerbacks are trash. Nickel Roby-Coleman is terrible, as I've been trying to tell you guys. Avonte Maddox was bad. Jalen Mills is not good. Oh my goodness, I need to calm down here. The defense is very, very bad overall. They have got to get better. They get an F grade, one of the worst defensive performances I've seen in Philadelphia in a very, very long time. Moving on, special teams. Who cares? But they get an A-. Jake Elliott made his field goal and a good fumble recovery there on the kick coverage with Cooper Kupp. But I could care less about the special teams right now because we are still losing, and the Eagles' special teams is not the one and not the reason why Philadelphia is losing these games. Okay, Carson Wentz. What's the grade? I know I've been defending Carson Wentz, yet I've still been saying he's been playing bad. I think you can do both. You can still say he's a great quarterback and he'll be fine, but you can also call him out for his mistakes, and he made a lot of them yesterday. C- overall for Carson Wentz. A terrible interception in the end zone, which if you watch the film on that play, there is an opening. It's a bad throw. Now, the whole throw to Jared Whiteside is a whole other issue. Why is he the target on that play? But there was a window there. If Wentz leads him, he probably gets a touchdown or at least a batted ball. Instead, thrown behind him, and it's a pick. And really, accuracy is the problem right now with Carson Wentz. A big overthrow of Zach Ertz on 3rd down and 5 on the out route to the left side of the football field. He's missing easy throws, and that is a problem right now. One of the big reasons why these drives are stalling. At the same time, he still is a good quarterback. He still is making decent throws at certain points in the NFL game. It's not at a DEFCON 1 where you have to bench him for a rookie quarterback. We're not there yet, so get that out of your mind. You can criticize, but don't be an idiot and say that this is all Carson Wentz's fault and he must be benched immediately because Carson Wentz is not playing defense. Oh my goodness, C-. I cannot wait to see the comments on this video. I'm actually dreading the comments on this video, but I'm going to read every single one. How about a bright spot? Lane Johnson, bright spot. Not 100%. Comes in the first game of the year, weeks after ankle surgery, fantastic. Like the Eagles' offensive line as a whole was fantastic. 0 sacks. You all thought, including myself, 8 sacks last year, career high for Carson Wentz. They're going to get obliterated by Aaron Donald. Guess what? They did. They were great. I mean, absolutely fantastic. Great run offense, great running the football, great pass protection. They played well enough to win. A+ for Lane Johnson, right? If you want a perk here, A+ for Lane Johnson. Actually, give this video a thumbs up for Lane Johnson being back and being dominant, giving some consistency and some good play from the Eagles' offensive line. Thumbs up for something in this video, and that should be one of them is Lane Johnson. Another bright spot was Miles Sanders. Now, the problem is he had that awful fumble early on. It's like his first carry of the game. It's like, what are we actually doing here? Miles Sanders cost the Eagles points there because they gave the defense a short field, and the defense stinks, and so they weren't going to stop anybody. But Sanders was great. Explosive. He looks healthy. All the health concerns, I think, can be put to bed. He is an elite running back in the National Football League. He's going to be good the entire year. I hope you got him on your fantasy teams. It's great to see. Again, he was fantastic catching the football in the backfield, running. He had the touchdown. I'm excited to see what he does the rest of the year. A-. If he doesn't fumble, it's an A+ day overall for Miles Sanders. Okay, grade the offense, though. A, B, C, D, or F. Give me your overall offensive grade right now for Philadelphia. For me, it's a C because they really struggled in a lot of areas, but it's not the F that I would give the defense, as I said earlier on. But give me an overall grade for the offense. All right, let's rip some players now. How about defense? Nathan Gary, everyone's favorite linebacker, apparently on Philadelphia Eagles now during training camp. Thomas, quit hating on the Eagles linebackers. Nathan Gary's really good. Stop it. He's not really good. He's terrible. He was abused by Tyler Higbee the entire day. Higbee abused him the entire day. He's not a starting middle linebacker in the National Football League. He's a borderline backup linebacker in the National Football League, really a special teams guy who's being forced to play the Eagles' starting middle linebacker position because the Eagles did nothing to address the linebacker spot in the draft or in free agency, which is their big mistake. The linebackers showed their true colors today. They're all bad, and this is going to be a problem for Philadelphia for weeks and weeks, and probably the entire season. D- overall for Nathan Gary. You've probably been seeing the Tyler Higbee stats. A lot of those were on Gary. 3 total touchdowns. Goodness gracious, it was awful. The problem is there's no real help coming from the linebacker spot because they don't have any help. I mean, they just want to throw a rookie in there, which maybe they will later on. The linebackers are bad, and that's a massive problem. Sub down below, though, because we're going to keep you guys up to date in case the Eagles do make a big move, which maybe they do, right? Maybe they go get a defensive player. Maybe they trade for a wide receiver. Who knows? But if they do, we'll have it all here on Philadelphia Eagles Now, so go ahead and subscribe. Also, the Eagles 2020 gear is still on sale and still at a great price right now at chatsports.com/Eagles2020. I know we're all mad at the Eagles, but you still should be supporting them and repping them, and you will be. I mean, come on, listen. So 0-2 is not the end of the world, even though it feels like it today on a Monday. Hoodies, T-shirts, Miles Sanders jersey is going to be up there as well. One of the bright spots for Philadelphia this week. Pick all of them up right now. chatsports.com/Eagles2020. Link right now is down below in the description box. How about another player you guys told me was going to be great this year, Nickell Robey-Coleman? I mean, top 5 slot corner, might be the best slot cornerback in the NFL. Guys, he's not that good. He's not a good slot cornerback. Is he a serviceable one? Yes. Is he a good one? No. He was abused all day long. Every single time we saw a Rams receiver running open across the middle, it was most likely because Nickell Robey-Coleman was covering them, and he wasn't even close. He was terrible in the pass coverage for Philadelphia. The entire Eagles secondary was bad. They made Jared Goff look like Joe Montana out there. Dan Marino. He was fantastic. Jared Goff, 20 and 27, 3 touchdowns. Oh my goodness, D- for Robey-Coleman. He was terrible. You guys were wrong on that one. I was right, although my solution was Sidney Jones, which is not looking so good anyway. But boy, he was really bad. Really, really bad overall. Final grade here, one bright spot. Malik Jackson continues to be a bright spot for Philadelphia on the D-line. I think he's been their best defensive lineman so far through 2 games. I mean, honestly, when you look at a guy like Malik Jackson, you'd think he would be the number 2 guy alongside Fletcher Cox, but Cox hasn't been that great, and Hargrave did nothing all day long. Very little from BG, nothing from Derek Barnett. He's been their best defensive line overall. I'm going to go ahead and give him a B-. He was really the best player on the football field for the Eagles defense all day long. All right, grade the Eagles Week 2 loss overall. Give me your grade on it. I mean, it's an F is easy here. Just type F down below in the comment section. They were just that bad. It's brutal. Here's the deal. We can overreact today and say that Carson Wentz needs to be benched for Jalen Hurts. I think it's idiotic and childish to say so. I think you got to wait. They will pick up a win on Sunday against the Bengals and then really have a great shot at beating the injured San Francisco 49ers to get back to 2-2, and then all will be right in the world. Still, a lot is wrong. We must call it out whenever we see it, and that's fine. But hold your breath right now, take a deep one, and hopefully the Eagles will be okay moving forward. But a bad overall day for Philadelphia. All the time we have for today here at Philadelphia Eagles Now. I'm your host, Thomas Mott. Sorry it stinks, but it does. Signing off. Enjoy the rest of your day.